Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as you can see by the title of this video and by this lovely, colorful and vibrant package that I'm holding in my hand, today we're going to be reviewing the Stacey Marie and Bperfect Carnival Love Tahiti makeup palette. Now let me tell you about this palette. First of all, Stacey Marie is a not so familiar artist to me. I recently discovered her and I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw that she was scheduling to release this palette, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have to get this palette. And I saw that it was to release the next day, and then when I did go looking for it on the Bperfect cosmetic, I don't think I went to Bperfect, but I don't know, I couldn't find what website it was supposed to go on to get the palette. So obviously I lost out on the initial release of this palette. But when I finally figure out how to order the palette or what website to order the palette from, I registered, put my email in, and once they sent me that email and it was back in stock, I had to get this makeup palette. So let me just take this out of the package for you. Now, first of all, Stacey Marie is a makeup artist that appears to be UK based. Now this is her third Carnival palette or Carnival series palette that she has released. She has the first palette, which I picked those up as well, so don't worry, a tutorial will be coming with them. Obviously I'm late to the party, but yeah, I've literally got my hands on all three of her palettes, but this last palette is a newest release. Now look at this beauty right here. Now one of the things that attracted me to this palette is how colorful it was, but it wasn't like a bland colorful. Now I'm not the type to go towards like those rainbow palettes. I like something a little bit more interesting. I don't like just like the bland red, yellow, blue, green or whatever. I like the different range, a little bit of a color story, but a little bit of variety at the same time. I don't know if that makes much sense, but this palette really drew me in. It was really pretty, it was very colorful. A lot of the shades in the palette, they seem to be quite unique, and it literally gave me a lot of inspiration. And you know, as soon as I look at it, you know, there's so many looks that you can think of that you can create from just looking at it at glance. So yeah, I really had to go in and get this palette. Stacey Marie actually released a whole range of stuff with this release. She released this makeup palette. I think she released some eyelashes, about 4 lip glosses and 4 highlighters. But the only thing else that I managed to get my hands on is her highlighters, because obviously highlighters are my thing. So yeah, so these are her highlighters. I'm gonna swatch these for you. So obviously this is the package, which is the same package as her makeup palette, and they're Bperfect Cosmetics Get Wet. So these are cream highlighters for face and body, and this one is called Skin Sheen. Now I bought these highlighters, well, actually bought the highlighters separate from the makeup palette because the makeup palette was out of stock like on the first day of the release, but the highlighters were available, so I bought them separate and actually bought them before the palette. But I didn't want to go into them much. I didn't want to play with them or dive into them at all. I wanted to be like the first impression when I did the tutorial. So this highlighter is called Skin Sheen, and ooh, but I did dab my hand in this one, as you can see. But this highlighter is called Skin Sheen. So as you can see, this actually looks like a, ooh, let's have a look if you're picking that up. So this looks like a champagne gold highlighter with, it actually seems as if it has a blue undertone. Let's just swatch it for you. Like a blue greeny undertone. So let's pop this here for you. Oh, it seems to have somewhat of a blue green shift or undertone to it, but either way you put it, as you can see, it's quite pretty. Now highlighters are my thing. I mean, I'm automatically drawn to every single highlighter, but these highlighters are really pretty. They're really soft and they do have a cream-like texture. When I initially saw this, I felt it was quite similar to Fenty's How Many Watts highlighter. I think it's How Many Watts highlighters from the Fenty, because it has a cream-like texture, but it's very soft. It seems to be a little bit more wetter than Fenty's highlighters, but this is what it looks like on the finger. And as you can see, it is quite pretty. It's a beautiful undertone, somewhat of like a creamy golden yellow. I don't know. It's like a green blue shift. I don't know what I'm picking up, but I'm picking up a lot of shades here. More of a green shade, the green shift. So that is Skin Sheen for you. Then the next shade is Do You. I've seen quite a few reviews on YouTube of this makeup palette, but they didn't really dive much into the highlighters really. This one looks like a slight rose gold undertone, but a little bit lilac-y. Let me just swatch that one for you. And again, it's the same texture as you can see, somewhat creamy. Is a little bit more wetter than the Fenty Kilowatt, but more or less the same thing. Ooh. So that's more of a, I don't know. It has like a rosy undertone, but more with a silver shift as opposed to, you know, like a rose gold undertone, if that makes, if that's, I don't know what you guys are picking up from it. Quite glittery but sheer at the same time. So yeah, I'm guessing they're quite buildable. I can't wait to play with these. Then the next one is called Soft Silk. Ooh, now Soft Silk is more of a gold highlighter, but it looks more of a peachy gold shade. So let me just swatch that one for you as well. I'm loving these highlighters. Now this is more of a peachy gold, I would say. If you're picking it up, peachy gold undertone, but quite pretty nonetheless. So this is Soft Silk. And the next highlighter is Hula Glaze. This is a full-on pinky peachy gold undertone. I don't know, I'm picking up a lot of shift pinky, peachy, even if somewhat of a purple sheen and undertone to it. This is quite interesting. I think I like this highlight. This one probably might be my favorite because it has somewhat of a shift to it. So it's quite an interesting looking shade. I like this color. This is different. Ooh, bracelets, run some space, please. Ooh. So what colors that come? Right, like I said, it has like a pinky champagne gold undertone to it. I don't know, I'm picking up a lot of different shifts in this one. But I guess we're gonna see more the true color of this highlighter when we, you know, when we put it on the face. All right, guys, so I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial with the Love Tahiti palette, and I can't wait to play with it. I can't wait to show you guys what I come up with, because I've seen a lot of the reviews on YouTube and these guys have been literally going crazy with this palette, because obviously, as you can see, the possibilities are limitless. And the type of vibe that Stacey goes for is a grungy, smoky, really colorful, you know, just a very colorful look, but with a lot of depth to it. So yeah, I'm gonna be trying to create something more on the Stacey Marie type of vibe. So yeah, stay tuned, guys. And if you guys have not yet subscribed, please click that subscribe button. And if you do like this video, please give me a thumbs up and stay tuned for my upcoming videos. So yeah, guys, let's just dive right into the video. Guys, so I'm going to be using my P. Louise base in Blank Canvas. Guys, so the first shade I'm going to be going in with is this shade called Twilight. I'm going to be using the Morphe 321 brush to sort of pack this shade on. I'm going to be deepening this shade in a bit, so I'm just using it as a base for the colors that I'm going to layer on top of it. I'm going to be going in with my Morphe JS9 brush. I'm just going to be fluffing that out. Now, as you can see, these shades are very pigmented. There's definitely a punch of pigment in these eyeshadows. I'm going to be going in with the shade Blackberry. I'm going to concentrate on that shade like right here. I definitely love the purple tone shades in this palette. They're really deep and pretty. So yeah, just blending that out a little bit. So I'm going to be winging it out after. For now, I'm just going to try and develop the shape that I'm gradually going to the shape, but keep the intensity in the center area. And then I'm going to be going in with the shade Fruity. I'm just going to apply that to the top. As you can see, I'm just going in a back and forward motion. I'm going to just gradually wing it out. So that's the shade Fruity, which is a nice pastel-y purple color. Very pretty. Sorry, neon purple color, not pastel. I'm just gonna pop some of the shade Blaze right over where I laid that deep purple, or in between the deep purple and that neon purple shade. I just wanted to get into that. I felt like most of the people who tried this palette, they were mostly playing with the purples. So initially I wanted to go with something different, more of a purpley reddish shift, but yeah. We're gonna see where my intuition takes me tonight. See how I feel. Getting rid of some excess. I'm gonna put this brush down now and use another one. Now I'm gonna go into the shade Pink Lily. And I'm just gonna lay that to the top. Lightly just feather that into the top there. And again, I'm gonna do the exact same to the other side. As you can see, just lightly fanning the color in. Just getting rid of the excess on that. Then I'm gonna go in with this coral shade, which is this neon orange shade, popping it to the top. Okay, then I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush, and I'm gonna go into that shade called Yellow, which is everybody's favorite, probably mine as well. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back in with that Pink Lily shade and just bring it in right here. Then I want to go back in with that Fruity shade. Then I'm going to use that shade Black Beach, and I'm just going to go right here on the outer corner just to develop a little bit of depth here. Okay, I'm gently tapping it in, but I'm just bringing it out a little bit just to give it some more depth there. And I'm going to use the same brush that I've been blending out that purple shade with and just go on. I'm going to be going in with that shade Reef, positioning that right here. Now I absolutely love the greens in this palette. I mean, I love green on a whole, but I couldn't wait to play with these greens. I wanted to create a green eye look, but there's so much colors in this palette, you just can't just utilize the greens alone. It would just be really hard. This color is so pretty. That green shade is like a pop. It's just a bit of a, it's literally a punchy shade on the inner corner, and it doesn't even have glitter in it. It's not even a shimmer shade. It's so pretty. A lot of pigment in this color, and of course we are here for it. I want to go in a shade Key Lime. And then I'm going to go back in with that shade Reef, because we just kind of like lost a little bit of it. A bit more. I'm going to go in with the shade Clay just to get a bit more yellowness. Yes, that's it. You wouldn't expect this shade to show up like this clay shade in the palette. It looks somewhat like a swampy green, or is it more like a yellow green? More like that. That's what we're looking like so far. Then I'm gonna use this shade Tahiti green. Oh God. Okay. Whew. Is that pretty or what? What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna quickly go off camera. I'm gonna finish the rest of my face, and then I'm gonna come back and do the lower lash line for you guys. So I'll be back in 1 minute. Alright guys, so I quickly went off camera and I popped my lashes on. I did topped off the top of my lids with the shade Blue Moon in the palette, which is a shimmery blue purpley shade. But yeah, so this is the top look. So I'm gonna be working on the bottom, the lower lash line now. So first I'm going to be going in with a eye pencil. So I'm just going to be using my white eyeliner pencil on my lower, on my waterline. Now I'm going to be going in with the shade Amethyst right underneath that white shade. Going with the shade Lagoon, which is a blue shade. Pretty. Now I'm just going to be going back in with a smudge brush and just lightly smudging out the edges of that blue shade ever so lightly, because I want the intensity to stay on the hair. And then I'm gonna go in that shade Bamboo. And I think I'm gonna finish off this look with that infamous shade called Yellow that everybody loves. I'm gonna go in with the shade Key Lime instead. Well, Key Lime again. Now it's time for the highlight. Which highlighter am I gonna be using to the top there? I wanna see which one I think is gonna really bring that out, because so this is the shade Hollow Glaze. Oh, this one is actually my favorite. Am I gonna be using you? Do I want to use this color, or do I want to use that champagne, or do I want to use Soft Silk? Let's just have a look. I'm gonna pop a little bit of this on my nose, just a little teensy bit. Ooh. Yeah, that is nice. Okay, now so I'm gonna actually use a wet sponge to apply some of this highlighter. Blue Moon. I actually like this gold one, Soft Silk. No, I'm really loving these. I could barely make up my mind which one I want to use. No, let's not just go crazy here. We do not want to go crazy. So that went in really soft. Oh, actually it's there. You know what, I'm gonna use this one as the base shade. Cool. Okay, we do not want to be looking too crazy. Yeah. Why not going with some more, right? Just a little bit. Okay, so now what I'm going to use, I decided I'm going to use one of these shades as a blush. They're ever so pretty. Let's just see what I'm going to be using. And I'm just dabbing it over this part here. And Christ have mercy. Let's just shake it off a little bit and just tap tap. Yeah, that's it. That's what I want. Okay, let's just, yep, that's it. Tap, pat. That is so. All right, guys, so this is it. This is the final look that I've created with the Carnival Tahiti palette. Now, as you can see, now the colors are so vibrant. It, even if you don't have Carnival, it literally gives you that Carnival mood. So she did right by this palette by naming it the Carnival Tahiti palette, because it is really beautiful. And as you can see, the colors are obviously true to how they look in the pan. They're very vibrant. They're extremely pigmented. They're not patchy. I didn't have difficulty with not one of these shades, even the shimmer shades, even though some of them was a little bit chalky-ish. I don't know if I'm describing that properly. It wasn't really chalky, but the Blue Moon shimmer, I did have to scratch it a little bit to get it onto my eye, and you know, to get it to show, or should I say, to get a lot of it. But yeah, this palette is absolutely beautiful. Everything in this palette is absolutely stunning. Then the highlighters, I mean, as you can see, I'm glittering, I'm glowing from every angle. It's like a sheen. So yeah, this palette is definitely a bop for me. It is really pretty. It is definitely worth the money. And I think it was worth about, I'm not quite sure, I'm gonna pop the price up for you guys, but I think it was about £39. So the price point is really affordable. It's a really good price to work with for what you get and the performance of this palette. This is an excellent palette, very colorful, very bright. If you do like this look, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please click that subscribe button, and obviously stay tuned for my upcoming videos. And until next time, bye.